Ma'afa could be an accident on the highway. But Maangamizi means great intentional destruction. That's what this was. And we want to get intentionality because, you know, in any criminal case, motive is key. Wantonly planning with malice and forethought. You know the words. Even if you haven't heard them, your relatives had. It's very important that they admit Holocaust, because otherwise you're always going to have a junior brother status in moral discussion. And only white people, and you know white people are strange. They want to be the conquerors of the world and the greatest victims of the world. Ain't that something? They don't even want you to be the best victim. Or the worst victim. White people, I always say, white people have Holocaust. Black people have problems. You got problems. That's all you got. So we need public admission by the state. And the state has to do it. Guess why? Because the state sanctioned it with law and gun. It's in the Constitution. It's in federal statutes. You remember even George Washington pushed what he called a fugitive slave law. The first one. So the state sanctioned it. And as representative of the people, it must admit and compensate. Now, what your white man says is, look, you know what? We can't pay. We can't say that. You know why? Because the people don't exist anymore. And the people that did that don't exist anymore. But the state does. The government changed it, but the state is perpetual. And the people die and are born, but the people are perpetual. Hey. So I'm here. You are here. The people are here. Black people didn't disappear. The injury was not done simply to individuals. It was done to the people. And when they categorize you in the Constitution, it wasn't as a person. Who in the world sit here and talk to me about personal reference to the Negro? No, it was collective. You know it and I know it. Don't let the white man whip that. That's 3-card Molly. That's the Brooklyn Bridge. That's Shred. He never wanted to see us as a person. All his laws, all his actions, all his conversation is to reduce us to one thing, a collective and a collective identity called in. You're all ends, he said. All of you. You have no name. In fact, I'm going to give you my name. You're no longer Kunta Kinte, you're Toby, Negro. George Washington Jenkins Toby. Rufus and John and Stephanie and Monique and Sammy. Look at you. You see what I mean? We have to face that. He don't even want us to have our own personal name. He gave us his name, constantly denying us our human dignity as both persons and a people. And so we have to struggle against that, and we have to realize the state must apologize to us as a people. You know, I don't want George Bush or his successor come and write me a letter. No. Say it to the people. Say it to the world. Say it to African people. What fool would think he needs a personal letter? We have to think collective, black people. Third thing we need then is apology. Public apology. First you have public dialogue, public admission, then public apology. Fourth, public recognition. By that I mean the raising of monuments and the teaching of in the teaching, in the media, and in the school system, the university and public school system, the meaning and horror of the Holocaust, not only to us as a people, but to this country and the world. The other white people got their Holocaust in the schools. They got a monument, and they didn't even die here. The first monument, as you always know I say, the first monument to Holocaust in this country should have been the Native Americans. And it's a testament to the deep and enduring racist character of this country that they would raise monuments to white people killed in Europe and not one monument to the millions and millions and tens of millions they killed of Native Americans. More than 6 million, 100 million. And in this country alone, at least 15 million. Think about it. So we need monuments, and we need media and educational space to teach the horror and meaning of our Holocaust, not only to us as a people, but to this country and the world. Fourth thing, this is what everybody jumps to. They skip public dialogue, public admission, public apology, and public recognition. They get right down to compensation. Where's my check? You owe us. Well, wait a minute. Can we have another discussion? And that shows the consumerist character of the society, that our dignity is not discussed. That's not the first item on the agenda. Our check is. Isn't that cold? The first item on the agenda has to be Holocaust, the discussion of the destruction of our people and our culture and the interruption of our history. We have to talk that first. We can't even ask for the right amount. The amount can't be done by ill-gotten gains in labor. Oh, that we can get that later. You ever notice how the Jews now, they are raising the question about slave labor. But the first thing they did was raise the question about mass murder. They made it a moral issue, even though some of them, as you see, were enslaved in those plants. Why didn't they bring that up first? Why are they suing the insurance companies last and the industrial companies last? Because the issue was not money. The issue was Holocaust for them. Yes. Even though they're going to get the money, you know that. But it shows how a poor people that all their lives have dreamed of being materially comfortable, of having the means just to sit down and just rest a minute. Many of them are being taught to think of this as an economic or financial way out. It's not. I told the people we were at a rally with Minister Farrakhan and a lot of other brothers and sisters that were at, and Ajua Ayatoro and Watella Graham and Kibibi, and who else spoke? Charles Overtree and Ron Daniel. We had this massive rally. It was beautiful. The Friday night before the rally in the park in D.C. And I was telling people how one sister, a colleague of mine, a college professor at that, she said, Maulana, I like all you said. That's so beautiful how you explain it. She said, but can I just get my check too? Well, look, you can get your check too, but before we talk about the check, let's look at the damage. People impatient. I told you it's the lotto thing. Now we got a choice now. We got a choice. There's a big thing coming up. We got a choice. Are we going to save and take 10 years to get the money, or are we going to risk it all today to get the big money? And for poor people and people who've been deprived and people who've been exploited, they want it now.